Hi, Paul again, and I'd like to talk to you about what happens before the show, the setup of the show, the big part, the part that everyone pitches together and helps to make the show look the magnificent thing it is on Sunday and Monday. So sort of follow me through into this shed. This shed is where we store the items for the show during the off season. So there's tables and there's backdrops and there's pedestals and there's pin boards. And there's cloth and calico and hessian for all the different displays. Now on the Thursday and Friday before the show, we have a team of people that come in and place the tables out, put them down. There's over 200 tables to set up the show. Then they also put out the backdrops, stand up the backdrops upwards. We put out the pin boards, we put out the pedestals for the flowers, we fill the vases with water for the flowers before the flowers come. We set up the cookery cupboards and clean them out and put the covers on the cookery cupboards. And the stewards come along then and they pin nice pretty things on the bottom so you don't see the bottom of the table. They set out all the exhibit numbers and exhibit items and set up their trophy cabinets, set out their section so that all their exhibitor pits will fit inside their section. When it comes to setting up some sections, like the fruit, you'll have a plate that the fruit has to go on. So the stewards and the conveners put out the fruit plates in the right place for your exhibit. If it's cookery, or maybe not, sometimes they have a plate required to put your cooking on. So that'll be set into the sections. In grain and fodder, they actually have a bin to put the grain in so that when you come, there's a place to put it. With the wool, there's a bin to put the wool in. On the flowers, they even have a little thing to hold your exhibit ticket because it's very hard to pin an exhibit ticket to a flower. So there'll be one of these stands by each little bottle. With the flower section, for example, there's a bottle for a small flower, and then there's a bottle for a larger flower, and some flowers actually have their own little stand that they sit in the show. They will all be numbered and labelled so you know where to put your exhibit. If it's art or photography, there'll be a board where you can pin your picture on or hang your picture from. So do realise it's before the show, but the cookery section actually has a cupboard which is normally very, very clean, and they put all the cookery in it, and then we have plastic covers that we stick over so your food doesn't get dirty or wrecked during the show. When it comes to flowers, we have a stand to put the flower pots on so all the pots can be displayed and seen. We also have hanging space for the flowers as well. One of the most unusual things the Loxton Show does is a schools display. The schools get a little section to display the work that the children have done throughout the year. And it gets either hung up or put down or placed in front. This is actually a free exhibit the schools can all put on and display just to encourage the children to enter and to show off some of their work on how good they've been through the year. If you enter a scarecrow in the show, it stands on this pole with these two little arms that help hold it up. And it sits in a concrete pot on the ground or dug into the ground. So please remember when you build your scarecrow that it has to sit on this spine. That's the only way we have it displayed. As part of the setup for the show, every year we have had the high school prefects come in and help. It is part of their community service. Without them, it would be a very, very hard job. They do a lot of the work to help lift and move things. But one of the ways you can help is to come in when they're in there and help us set up as well. It's mainly lifting tables, carrying, cleaning, even a little bit of painting, just to get the things to look really nice for the show. Once all the entries are in for the show and all the judging's happened and everyone's happy with their sections display and how it's set up, a team of people get together and they put the security screens in front of all the sections so that nothing can get stolen throughout the show. Another one of the setups for the show is the grounds outside. This includes the area where the food and trade stalls are. Food stalls need power, so we have to run power cables out, put power boxes out so that they can have powered sites to cook their food and to keep their fridges going. If you'd like to help with this, that also happens on 2 to 3 days before the show from Thursday to Friday. There's also bunting to put up, flags to put out, pegs to put up. So if you'd like to help, just go and see the office the week before the show and they will tell you which days you can come and help.